Mr. Bill and VPMonster, who's just arrived in the lobby barely 1 minute before the room goes up. In fact, the room should go up, and I believe there's been a bit of a problem sometimes with this room showing up. There hasn't been a problem in the matches that I've streamed, which have only been like 2, but well, there we go, the room's up, so there's no problem there. Let's get straight in, and that will hopefully give us time to get the cloth changed. Go to blue, that's us ready to go. So both players, when they get in, they're going to be lagging for the break, and remember, it's a race to 15, and the main rules are it's alternate break, and there are no jump queues. And of course, the one thing about the jump queue is that Mr. Bill is fairly lethal with a jump stick, and that's going to affect his game, and let's see how it does affect his game. So Mr. Bill won the lag, and he's broke off, got a ball in the break, I believe. 7 ball has gone, no real shot in the 1. He could have a blast and try a combo in the 9, but he's just going to go for safety. But he's a bit loose there, a bit too heavy. And we are streaming live to YouTube, live to Twitch, and we should also be on Facebook. Good afternoon and welcome. This match, well, obviously it's just started, but we have another match on the bracket. There's actually 2 matches after this one, but the one later on tonight I won't be able to get. It starts too late for me. It starts at 8 PM my time, and I'll be heading for bed fairly shortly after that match starts. But we also have, in fact that's a 3rd round match as well, same as this one, and we've also got another match which starts at 4 PM my time, so that's just under 2 hours time. It's scheduled on the bracket between Acero, who's from Japan, and Sakul, who I don't think I've really seen play much, but I reckon that he's may well be up against it against Acero, but you never know. So VPMonster had a chance, he's lost that chance. Bill back in, and the clincher getting out onto that 8 ball. He's got a good angle in the 6, so he wants to get somewhere over to the left, ideally with a little angle just to drop down onto the 9. Well, he's going right side, 6 1/2 dozen, whichever the angle he had there was better for him, but he can just drop down. And so it's going to be first blood to Mr. Bill, and of course the other thing that's important is winning the rack that you break on, and Bill's managed to do that, and immediately the pressure's on Monster. VPMonster breaking, looking for a ball and a shot. 9 ball goes in, but we're playing spot money. Spot money, which basically means that when the money ball's potted on the break, it gets respotted, and the player still remains at the table. Now, I think he's going to have to cheat the pocket a wee bit here. He's got to be delicate for this to go in. It will go in, but it has to go in at a certain pace. If he hits it too hard, it'll hang up. Oh, you got it sweet. There wasn't much room to manoeuvre, but he got it sweet. But the problems are now apparent. The 4 ball's locked up, and he's pretty straight in the 3 ball, so probably looking at skimming off the 4 and just running for cover. Well, he's trying to He's tried to create something out of nothing there and he got nothing. Let's have a look and see what he has. Well, he's actually got himself in a wee bit of trouble here, I think. I don't know whether he can punch that 4 away, or he thinks he can sneak it in, but I don't know whether he can see enough of it. Oh, that'll do. That's a good shot. Managed to get the hit, get the rail, and get it safe. Good afternoon. Welcome to whoever's joined. Oh, Bill's managed to kick in the 4. That's a bonus. And VPMonster has gone from having Bill in a spot of bother to looking odds on to losing his break and losing the rack and going 2-0 down. Well, you should probably just kill the cue ball stone dead and play the 9 into the right middle. And now, of course, the break goes back to Bill, leading by 2 racks to 0. Race to 15. And the 4 ball has gone, and he's got a shot on the 1. Well, Twitch has about, oh, that's a bad miss by Bill. I think he's took his eye right off the ball there. Twitch has about a probably 1.5 to 2 second delay maximum in the live stream. Well, this is a bonus for VPMonster because he wasn't expecting this, and he's going to have to take this out. The problem ball is going to be the 8 ball. Now the question is whether he just is content to stun that 7 ball in and then play the combo in the 8 and 9. Yep, Twitch is a wee bit quicker. Oh dear. Well, no sooner have I said that Monster's missed a sitter of a 3 ball, and his chance may well have gone, and he can't afford to do that. Now I wonder if VPMonster has just come in cold, because Bill's been here all the time I've been here and he's been practicing, and VPMonster's just shown up a minute before the match room was due to go up. Oh well, once again Bill doesn't want to win this rack, and Monster's going to have to use the long rail on the right side. So some errors already, but Monster really needs to capitalise. He's again not expecting a second chance, and he's got one, but there's not much you can do now. Excuse me. This is tough if he's going to take this into the top right. He could play a bank, but it's sort of an all out, all or nothing shot. 7 balls the blocking ball. He's in a bit of trouble here, and that is a good shot. So it's now going to have to be the combo. I don't think he's got really much choice, but he wants to get himself right there, and that is perfect. He can't ask for any better than that, right in the donut, and it's not difficult to line this up. And that's a get out of jail rack if ever I saw one, because he was staring 3-0. Errors from both players, and the break has gone back to VPMonster, trailing by 2 racks to 1. Yeah, YouTube's always been a bit slower. I think it's probably more to do with the servers, wherever they're actually based. Twitch is always a bit quicker. So VPMonster, wide open table. I think he got a couple of balls in the break at least there. Now, has he gone too far? Let's have a look. No, he's perfect. Just a little roll through. Now, what does he want to do here? Does he want to go up top side of the table, play the 7 into the middle, or does he want to play it long and just roll through? We'll soon know. Well, he's trying to go top side. It needs to keep going, and that'll do. I don't think he could have played that much better. The weight is good. Good afternoon. Welcome if you're a first time viewer. And this has been a good response here from Monster. He was all but 3-0 down, and all of a sudden it's 2 racks all. Break back with Mr. Bill, ball in the break, and look at where the 9 ball's finished. Let's check my little doodle's working. 9 ball immediately waiting to be knocked in, and provided Bill can roll the 1 in, it's going to be a 2-9 combo, and this is going to be a quick rack. I tell you one thing, we wouldn't be having Beyonce as a halftime show. Well, that was quick and clinical. It was always going to be the case whenever the 9 ball goes near a pocket, you're just looking for a way to get there. So Bill back into the lead. Monster breaks off in rack number 6. We've lost a couple of balls. We've lost the the 6 and the 8, and again the table is wide open, and it is all about pressure. It's all about taking that advantage when you get your break, and if you get a break like Monster's just got, you simply have to put it away. You cannot afford the errors, especially now that Monster's back trailing, and that has got to slow up because you can go behind it. The old danger position when you end up behind. He can still cut this in, but he might be looking to hide here, but he can cut in. The danger of the scratch in the right middle pocket as well. I think he might even just run into the 5. Yeah, just looking to get distance between the two. That needs to keep running because it's not close enough to that rail, and he hasn't got the cover. And Bill is looking at the angle, the cut angle in this 3. He needs to be careful again with the cue ball here, and he's played it well. And Monster's chance again looks to have gone. In a difficult position, could have played the cut shot, tried to get it safe, but he didn't get deep enough in the length of that shot, and it left Bill the cut. Lots of inside English, checking the cue ball back towards the left, but he's finished fairly straight in this, but I think there's enough angle just to either stun off the rail or run through, whichever he's comfortable with. Little run through, and now VPMonster is back to square one. He's in exactly the same position he was 5 minutes ago. He was trailing 3-1. Sorry, what was it, 2-0 or something, whatever. He was looking at 3-0 down, that's what it was. But he's now definitely trailing by 2, and the break back with Mr. Bill. And already this early in the match, VPMonster is now in a position where mistakes are going to be multiplied severely now that he's trailing, and the fact that we have this alternate break system going here. Well, Bill's nudged to 9, he's opened everything up, and again it's a wide open table. It's all about just getting there. And the problem will be the 5 to the 6. Again, checking the cue ball, bringing it back up the table now. Depends on how straight he is here. If he can just draw straight back to the rail, he'll drop nicely on the 6. Well, the angle was different, but it's still perfect, and a nice angle to get back out for the 7. And he doesn't want to chicken out in this. He wants to make sure he gets out and up. If he underhits this, he'll involve the 9 ball, and you don't want to be doing that. Yeah, well, both players have made errors, but in that last rack, VPMonster should have ran it out, got himself on the bottom side. What was it, the 5 ball, and tried to get a safety shot and fell short. And this is what's all come from it, because it's now 3 in a row for Mr. Bill. And you see what I mean about the pressure building and building. The further you go behind in an alternate break match, the emphasis on your own break goes up and up and up. Expectation keeps going. You're looking for a ball and you're looking for a shot. Well, VPMonster's got a couple of balls in the break and no shot, and he's looking to play the push out. I don't think there's enough of it shown to play a cut. Bill's just went for the kick, got the kick, and he's got lucky, and that's what drives home the pressure even more, when your opponent gets out the kick and leaves it safe. I think Bill's going to rely on a bit of luck here. The thin cut in the 1, he may well run into the 3, and the 2 ball, well, he's avoided the 3, and provided it holds up, he's perfect. He couldn't have played it any better. Now, does he want to stop that between the gap between the 5 and 9? That looks like the simplest thing to do. I think he's just left enough there. Yeah, I could do with getting a haircut as well, but obviously nowhere's open, and I'm not brave enough to do my own. Yeah, that's a good match as well. I won't be able to. That's the one I was thinking about, I think, and I certainly won't be able to see that. Well, back to this match. It is not looking good early on here for VPMonster. Mr. Bill driving home the advantage and looking for a 4-rack lead, and now already VPMonster is looking for Bill to make an error or two and try and capitalise on it. That's all he can do, because the break's back with Mr. Bill again. And a couple of balls again in the break. The 1 and the 3 have gone. He's got a shot in the 2. Let's have a look up table and see what we've got there. Well, we've not got a combo, so there's got to be a breakout, and Bill didn't have a good angle to get the breakout, but he can feather this 1 ball really thin and try and come down. Well, he's decided he's not trying to get distance. He might regret that. I don't know whether the billiard's on. VPMonster looking at the possible billiard to try and feather the edge of that 4 and clip the 9 in. This looks really tough to judge. I think that's what he's looking at. He might miss the 4 here, the way he's putting English on this. Yeah, he's trying to chip it in. A tall order. And when you're struggling to get shots like that, trailing by 4, you've got a mountain to climb already. But it's about being patient. VPMonster is certainly going to have to take any chances he gets. He has to be showing that he's going to run a rack out and not throw away the chance. He has to do that to make some sort of statement. So if he's going to get back into this match, he's going to have to do something sooner now rather than a bit later. Well, it's going to be 5 racks any second. No, I've not got a new microphone. I've got a very old Logitech headset, and if you've watched any of my other recent streams, you'll know why. My Turtle Beach headset has quite a long cable, and I've got I had it plugged into the USB in the top of my PC at the front, sorry. And I stood up the other day, caught my foot on the cable, and yanked the headset, snapping the USB on the bottom of the headset, and also permanently killing the USB on one of the USBs in the top of my PC. So that's that wrecked, and the headset is already in the bin. And I had my old Logitech set lying in a drawer, which I've now got plugged into my second USB, and it's working okay. Did you like my match against Mark? Who's that? I never saw any. I haven't seen any other matches other than the ones I've streamed. Anyway, VPMonster at the table. Big ask, oh dear, and it's going from bad to worse. He's now scratching the middle pocket. Ball in hand for Mr. Bill. And, well, talk about digging your own grave here for VPMonster. I think Bill is going to be able to squeeze a little bit of an angle out of this 5. Yep, a little bit of a left hand spin in the cue ball. Gets him nicely on the 7. So a quick reminder to you guys that have joined maybe late, this match is on. We have another match scheduled for 4 PM, which is about 95 minutes from now. That's between Acero and Sakul. I know that I think it was one of the last big tournaments, Acero was a no-show. I don't know whether the two of them will turn up, but if they are, then I may well have that one. There's also another 1 or 2 matches tonight which I won't be able to get, I'm afraid. But it's now looking grim here for VPMonster. Cannot get a foothold into the match. Well, he managed to when he was looking at going 3-0 down. He managed to get back into it, back to 2-all, but since then he's been dead in the water. And it has to be said, he's blown his chances that he's had. Got to take the chances when the table's wide open, and the tables that he's had when he's had those chances have not been difficult. He's managed to find a way to get himself in trouble, and in this last rack he managed to scratch, and that's why he's now ended up 8-2 down. Big mountain. Now he's going to have to either stick his neck out and just go for everything, or just try and tie Mr. Bill up. Once again, he's in a position here with a chance to run out. It's going to have to be the 4-8 combo. Now you see there, he's trying to do something that he shouldn't have done. He's trying to break out the 4. The 4 and 8 are a dead set combo. There's nothing difficult about them as long as you pot the 3 and then just drop down onto the 4. He's stuck his neck out trying to break out the 4 and 8 for no reason, and he's given himself a lot more work to do. Now admittedly he's pulled it out the fire there with that shot in the 3, but he should never ever have been in that position, and now he has to back himself here. He's got to take this out, and he's got to drop right through onto the top rail. Dead weight. That might be too much, is it? No, he's fine. But as I say, there's no way he should have played that breakout. First of all, when he had the simple opportunity to get on the 3, but he's done it the hard way so far. He has to complete the job, and he's got a difficult 7. This is getting tougher. It's got to be full concentration in the 8 ball, and it's going to be a long cut in the 9. He can't do anything with the cue ball other than pot this and run out into the table, and that just has the legs to get there. So golden opportunity here now to get one back. So in goes the 9. And VPMonster has won the rack against the head, has the break at rack number, whatever rack is that now, the 12th. And he's also got, well, he's that nudge by the 6 on the 1 has helped there, because I don't think he was going to have much of a shot. Again, the table is wide open, but the first problem is getting on the 2. Well, that's helped. That gets rid of the 4. The little bump onto the knuckles help, but it's a dodgy cut in the 2 again. Yeah, they're always troublesome, those shots. He was on the 3, but it's another chance gone. Cannot afford to make any errors. Now, bearing in mind that VPMonster has really only been playing 9 ball the last week or so, or week or 2. Very often, most of the time, it's Cowboy plays. Very much part-time 9 baller, whereas Mr. Bill, 9 ball is meat and drink for him. And it's a rack with the break for Mr. Monster that has gone again by the look of it, and it's from, once again, an unforced error, and they're all costly. Well, it just looks right now that all that VPMonster's getting is bits and pieces here. Yeah, the match has been on for just barely 30 minutes, not even that. And I'll tell you one reason it's going quickly, because the balls are breaking pretty good well, I don't think we've really seen a bad break yet. The balls have been spread pretty well, and then of course when the balls are spread for Mr. Bill, he's pretty much going to most of the time run out. Oh, I can talk a great game, so I can talk for hours. It's putting into practice. Well, there's an error again, an unexpected error from Mr. Bill, and we won't say what VPMonster has to do here, but let's put it this way: if he fails to run this out, he's a proper numpty. The odd error is there, and Monster's had his chances. He's thrown pretty much most of them away, and he's got one back this time, but he's still trailing by 5, but he's got the break again. There's the 6 ball going in. He's got no shot in the 1, but again he's got an excellent opportunity for cover here. You send the 1 up the table, bring that cue ball back into here. Now, has he got the cover? I don't think he has. Oh dear. Well, that wasn't the shot I would have played for a safety there. What the one I described was a lot safer to play. But then again, if he had a little nudge in the 5, it would have come out and been the blocker. But when things ain't going your way, that's what tends to happen. Now, has Bill got enough of this 2 ball? Well, no, he hasn't. He's went for the cross bank. So VPMonster at the table, 3 ball in the top rail, plenty of room behind the 9, and can't be dead straight. He's gonna have to force this through, and a lot of help and spin, I would think, to get this cue ball dug out. And if he misses a 7, he's sitting pretty. 7 ball goes past the 9, no problem. Now, this is a bit difficult here. It's not straight enough to play a simple draw, I don't think. Yeah, he's bringing it into the table. See, the problem now is he's left himself high in the 7. And, well, the question is whether he wants to risk playing this gentle enough to run into the 8 and hoping he gets lucky, or try and drag it in. Well, he's played the little nudge, and of course, focusing on that, he's forgot about the 7 ball, and that's a fatal error. And that was always the problem with that shot. Do you go all out, cut it in with a bit of pace, and hopefully the collision in the 8 is going to bring you out somewhere? But the problem there, he tried the other alternative, which was the one I mentioned, just playing the little gentle cut and hoping to get lucky in the 8, and forgot about the 7. And now Bill's in trouble. And he's played it well. And this is another one that has got to hurt big time for VPMonster, because Mr. Bill is going to double figures. Leads by 10 racks to 4. Mr. Bill breaks off in rack number 15. This time it's dry, but once again VPMonster comes to the table. No jump cue, no shot, and the angle's there to kick this one in probably just to the right of that middle diamond in the top rail where the 9 ball is. That's the line. He's got to look at the line and have faith that that's the way to play it, just sort of there, like that. I don't know what he's looking at. Is he going to go? No, I don't know what that was. Answers in an email to me, guys. Whatever VPMonster tried there, but why the up and down, which is wide open? He didn't want to go for it. There's plenty of room past that 5 ball to get to the 9, but well, he tried something that I don't know what he tried. I'm going to have to get an explanation from him what he tried there. A straight up and down, the middle diamond is always a good guide. It was probably just to the right of the middle diamond. The reason I say that is, if you play it to the right of the middle diamond, then you're more than likely going to avoid the 5. The closer you get to that middle diamond, the more likely you're going to go nearer the 5. So he had to just look at clipping the edge of that ball, and he had a much better chance of doing it going up and down than he did trying to go round the houses with some sort of English on it that didn't work at all. Well, Mr. Bill, under no pressure, alternate break. He knows that VPMonster has got virtually, unless Bill falls apart here, and scratch in the middle pocket and do silly things like that, he almost did. Nothing's going to happen here for VPMonster. Yeah, see, I don't go in for all that mathematical stuff. I go in for the tactical genius line of sight. And it was certainly just probably to the right of that middle diamond was the line. But it's 11-4 to Mr. Bill. He's in cruise control. Well, it might be a quick rack as well. This is going to hurt even more. It's nowhere near a set combo, but that's what Bill's going to be going for any second now. Oh yes, I would give him this 8 times out of 10. Just about picking that line. And if he doesn't hit it too hard, he'll give it every chance of going in. And there it goes. Well, I think Bill's got... well, it's still breakfast time in the States, so Bill's breakfast must be on the table. He's desperate to sweep this aside and get on with his food. 12-4 to Mr. Bill. Yeah, see these strange people that come on with strange names. See, I'd even forgotten that was Mooncake. And I never ever knew who Mooncake was anyway in the first place. Well, VPMonster looking for safety, and the table is wide open. And Mr. Bill, if he can get this cut in the 1, he'll be off and running again. Yeah, I never remembered who. I think I maybe saw Dipple from time to time. And in goes the 1. Now, what's he done here? Let's have a wee look. Well, he's locked himself out, and straight away he'd have jumped onto the jump queue there. He doesn't have that to rescue him. And I heard a ping there. I don't know whether that's Facebook. Is that Facebook or something? Hang on a minute, guys. Oh, I know what it was. I posted a link to the live stream on the Pool Is Not Dead site on Facebook, or the Pool Is Not Dead page on Facebook, and that's the admin finally approved it 40 minutes late from the match starting. Now, VPMonster back at the table. It's going to have to be the reverse bank on the 5 ball. In fact, tell a lie, I forgot, he's blocked out in the 4. I'm looking at the 5. And nothing is going right here for VPMonster. He's got the kick. 4 ball in the open. Bill draws behind the 5. Little roll through. That's all he can do. He's dead straight. And well, this match is not even 45 minutes long. Yeah, it's just, in fact, it's not even, it's just barely 40 minutes old. A little brush in the 9, and it's now 13-4. And the break, back with VPMonster in rack number 18. Couple of balls, 7 and 8 have gone, and no easy shot here on this 1 ball. There is a gap for the 1 ball to go in, but there is only 2/3 of a pocket there. Well, this time he's got the cover, although there might be a tiny edge of that 1 showing. If not, it's an easy kick. Now, is there enough of that showing to try? I think he might have tried to catch that and try and cut it onto the 4. Well, now there is an easy snooker on here. If you can dig into the cue ball and try and draw it just off the rail in behind that bunch of balls. Well, he didn't even need to do that. He had enough room to get there. And now Bill, not as easy to kick at this one. Going to have to be a couple of rails. Well, with ball in hand, VPMonster is going to have to look for a breakout here. Now, earlier on in the match, he tried for a breakout at what I said was the wrong time. Now, everything went according to his plan. He eventually got the breakout and he won the rack. But there's always a right time and a wrong time to try and break balls out. The trouble with 9 ball is you don't have many balls to play with to try and get breakouts sometimes. And he's the wrong angle on the 2 to try anything, because there's an easy combo in the 3-4. He tried to just catch the edge of that 5, and now he has run out of balls. Now that's him in 2 goes at it, still hasn't got there. Well, I don't think I mean, the way the match has gone, it's been so open. It's been an entirely different match from anything I've seen so far. The way the balls have been breaking have played a big part in this. The only time, I mean, there's a lock up there where these 2 balls are tied up, but pretty much every rack that I can remember has been a ball in the break and the balls have been wide open. So whenever anybody's been getting in, they should have been running the table. The trouble with that is that Bill's been doing most of that, and Monster has fluffed chances that he's had in this match, and there's never been enough balls clustered to make it a tactical game. There may be the one occasion, but apart from that, it's all been wide open. Monster's going to get one back again, but as I say, it's only bits and pieces he's getting. It's so difficult in alternate break to get on any sort of run. Any run you do get in terms of winning racks is going to be aided by your opponent, and VPMonster just isn't getting any help. He's had the odd mistake by Bill. Bill's missed a couple, but capitalising on those errors and not making any of your own is a tall order for VPMonster well late in the match. He's long since run out of racks. Well, he's looking at the quick win here. He's surely got to go for the combo. It's not difficult, it's just looking at the line of that 3 and hitting that 9-ball half ball, and it's got to go in, and in it goes, and that's a bonus. And the break stays with VPMonster, and he's so desperate for a ball here, and a run out. Oh, that 7 thought about going in, it hasn't. And well, this time Mr. Bill has got no shot. We've got the 5-ball hiding behind the 9 at the top end of the table, and I say he's got no shot, and he might have actually overhit that. That was looking nasty there for VPMonster. Bill trying to tuck him away, and he squirted away from the bunch and left VPMonster a shot in the 1 and a difficult 1 in the 2. Always difficult from distance, and that needs to keep going. He's going to lock up behind the 8. He's just gone past. Well, I think he's going to take a big risk here again if he runs into this bunch, and he's decided against it. He's decided to wait his chance, and that was probably a wise move, because unless he was going to put a lot of draw into that shot at that angle, I don't think there was much way he could avoid that cluster. So he had a much easier opportunity of putting Bill in trouble. And remember that one of Bill's big ammunition has gone in this match. No jump cue. VPMonster now, once again, has he got enough angle there to try and get into them, or can he see the 5? Oh, that's touch and go. Now he's going to try and cut it in. I think that might be a foul. Is it a foul or is it legal? No, he's got away with it. Going to have to play another good one. I mean, this has got to go in 10 times out of 10. It's not a difficult shot. You can cheat. Oh, he's overcut it, has he? Yeah, big time. Well, that's a surprise, because there's a big margin of error there. Playing it pocket weight, and he's overcut, and that is, well, that's unforgivable. It was not a difficult shot. It had nothing to do with the cue ball. He was on the 7, and he sold that one down the river, I'm afraid. Well, Mr. Bill, with a lot of help from VPMonster, has got himself on the hill, and with the break, and with a ball in the break, and he's going to have to, well, I don't know whether he's going to try and billiard something in here. He might give this the old heave-ho. Well, he's tried the reverse bank and he's got it. He hasn't got the luck though. Gets the kick in the 2, and that's going to, well, that's not left much on again for VPMonster. It cuts down the rail past the 5, plenty of room. And what's he trying here? Now, quick look at the 7. No problem with the 7 ball. Plenty of room past the 8. And he's going to have to punch this in. Little punch, get the cue ball out off the rail. Oh dear, that is bad. You've got to give it some welly. You've got a whole 5 foot of table over on the left hand side to leave that cue ball, and it's another chance gone. Far too many errors. And now Mr. Bill has got VPMonster where he wants him, on the rack and tightening the noose. And this might be last shot here for VPMonster. Has he got it? Is it legal? It looks good, apart from the fact he's got an even tougher bank on the 8. Well, that was a good shot to pick that. That was very, very tight. But he's clinging on here by less than his fingertips, and he's somehow managed to pinch this, and he's pretty much at death's door at the moment. But he's got it back to within 7 with the break. Needs a ball and no joy. And Mr. Bill, I think he can pretty much roll this 1 ball in, and he'll roll over towards the 4 and he'll have a shot in the 2. Well, he's ran around and out and he's still got there. Now there's a wee bit of a problem here. And has he held it? Yes, he's just held it. That was a good shot. And the 5 goes in again past the 8. It's fairly tight. In fact, it's very tight when you look at it like that. So he's got work to do here. He might try and just draw back and leave an awkward cut on the right hand side. Well, he's nudged the 7, and it will still cut. Really, really tough though. Bill just going all out just to get the match over. Now VPMonster with another chance, but dead straight in the 5. And of course now the 7 and 8 are locked up. Oh, he might have to check this cue ball a wee bit. I don't know if he can just play it normal shot. He's checking it a wee bit. He doesn't want to do it too much or he'll avoid him altogether. He's played it well. That little bit of inside English just to straighten the cue ball, and he's hit the 2 of them full on, broke out the 7, and it's still needing another good one. He's leaving it at distance. and it's respectability again. That's all that VPMonster has here. Needs to keep rolling. So a roll in on the 9, but the break I think goes back to Mr. Bill. Yes, it does. So could this be the last rack? I thought VPMonster had probably played his last shot, but he pulled out a great thin cut along the rail on that 7 ball to keep his hopes alive. Mr. Bill comes off the break with a 4 ball, and of course he's got a shot in the 1-2 ball is awkward. And VPMonster, if Bill can't drop this into the middle, Monster's going to be nailed behind that 7 ball. Well, unless he thinks he can squeeze it in. Well, that was maybe going for a bit too much there. I think he should have nailed VPMonster behind that 7. You see, the trouble is sometimes when you see the finishing line, you start again just sticking your neck out a bit too far, trying to get the match over and done with. You then end up letting your opponent back in. You still got plenty of racks to play with, no doubt about that, but he had a much simpler shot just to lock VPMonster up there, and that's what I'd have done. Mr. Bill digs out the bank, and probably a big roll through around the corner here. Nope. He's going to go for the cut. Well, he's certainly not making it easy for himself. And that's what happens. Strange things happen. And it's another chance with ball in hand for VPMonster. And he's immediately got a problem. Is getting over and behind that 7, so anywhere in the bottom half side of the table, and hopefully for his sake over slightly in the right hand side to cut this 7 down the rail. And he's trying to get in the gap. Oh dear, oh disaster, and that is most certainly his last shot. And again, he tried to get perfect when he should have tried to get into this area. Anywhere there he had the cut, and you've got to play the percentage shot. He's trying for dead accuracy to get in behind him, and that's it. It's all over, folks. Well, Mr. Bill, in all honesty, I don't think he's going to a more comfortable win, because at no time, the only time he was under pressure is when it went to 2-all, but from there it all fell apart and went off the rails for VPMonster, and Bill wins the match by 15 racks to 8, and Bill is through to round 4. So the next match on the schedule is in an hour's time, and that is between Acero and Sakul, and that is due to start right at the top of the hour in an hour's time. That is going to be 4 PM my time, provided both players turn up. And with that, I may well be, in fact I should be back here. Well, I'm not going anywhere anyway, but I should be here, and hopefully if the 2 players turn up, we'll have that match in an hour's time. So till then, chaps, thanks for your company. Thank you again. Take care, keep your distance, and we'll see you later if you're still around.